right now from the Tennessee Electric Cooperative Association. Trent Scott joins the program. Hey, brother, appreciate you coming on. First of all, tell everybody what it is you guys do over there.
Hey, yeah, we work with electric cooperatives all across the state and help them with everything from public relations to legislation and storm planning and all sorts of things.
Will, we got a storm coming in. How are you guys getting ready for? Because it's going to be a bit of I have a feeling this is going to be a bit of a cool, potentially nasty one.
Yeah, it's something that our co-ops are certainly paying attention to. We were excited about the snow, but unfortunately it looks as though for much of the state it's not going to be so much snow as it is ice. And ice creates some real challenges for electric utilities. Ice is just different from a windstorm. The amount of damage that it creates, the widespread damage, and just the time that it takes to restore a power system after an ice event is much different than it is with a windstorm or a tornado or something like that. And so it's something that our co-ops are certainly paying attention to. Our crews are all across the state are spending the day making those preparations, making sure that vehicles are fueled up and equipment and repair equipment is in place so that whatever we get, we're as prepared for it as we can be.
Talking to Ted Scott. He is from the Tennessee Electric Cooperative Association. So you talk about it being different, right? Because we think, a lot of times we think power outages, we think the wind, and, we'll get some of those, potential tornadoes, but definitely some of that hardcore rain and wind that comes in. But this is different. And when you say it takes longer, this is the kind of stuff when you hear people talking about it from the past, it takes sometimes days and weeks.
That's right. And there's a couple of things that factor into that. When you have ice, the problem with ice is weight. And so it adds thousands of pounds to the poles, to the wires, to the trees around them. And under all that weight, things break. And unlike a windstorm that might affect a few streets or a tornado that might affect part of a county, with an ice storm, it's not just an entire county, but it's all the counties around. And in this case, it's many of the states around us. And so in the case of a normal storm, you might be able to call a neighboring utility and get some help, or a big event, you might call a neighboring state and get some help. With this event, it's affecting the entire Southeast. And so a lot of those folks that we would reach out to and say, hey, can you send some extra crews? Can you send some extra folks? They're dealing with it too. And so not only is it the extent of the damage, but it's also how widespread it is, and it makes it more difficult to get extra crews and extra equipment to come help.
Hey, Trent, this is Ken Weaver. Thanks for joining us, man. Hey, tell us how many providers you guys work with here in Middle Tennessee, and is there any particular location that you guys are really focused on in preventing any outages right now?
Sure. So we work with 25 electric co-ops all across the state and 2 in Georgia, including those all around the Nashville area. So Cumberland Electric, Middle Tennessee Electric, Meriwether Lewis Electric, and Upper Cumberland Electric. There's several in Middle Tennessee that we work with. Just in terms of information, we recommend that everyone, follow your electric co-op on Facebook and on social media. If your co-op has an app, download the app. Those are great tools to not only report outages, but also get the latest information on where crews are working and what outage numbers look like and those sorts of things.
Hey, Trent, one of the other things that a lot of people talk about, and I think a lot of people learned this from the horrors, if you will, that came from Texas and their failure, is the grid. Besides just that, is stuff going to be overloaded or it's not going to work? And I think a lot of people worried about that across the board is, because our infrastructure, let's be real, we only ever think about certain infrastructures when we think, something's coming and it might fail.
That's right. And, one of the more dangerous elements of this particular storm is not only is there a risk of power outages, but it's because of the ice, but it's going to be followed by some several days of extremely cold weather. And so, if the power is out as a result of the ice, that's certainly a concern. In terms of supply, we have TVA has been sharing messages all day that they are prepared. They've taken precautions to make sure that their systems are ready and prepared for the cold weather. And so we do not anticipate outages as a result of a lack of supply. But anytime you get into extreme weather conditions like we're going to be facing the next few days, never say never. Everything you can be as prepared as you can possibly be, and under extreme conditions, you just have to assume that things might not work the way that you hope that they do.
Talking to Trent Scott, who is with the it's really interesting, Tennessee Electric Cooperative Association. Final question. We appreciate you coming on today. You talked about the fact that this is hitting everybody. So normally we would have lots of crews, maybe from other states, when certain things hit. How thinned out are we and are you focusing those crews in certain areas where you think, we kind of predict that not only is the weather going to be bad here, but this is going to be the area we think could be a hot spot?
We're paying very close attention to the southwest portion of the state, around Memphis, over towards the Tennessee River on that end of the state. That area seems to be in the bullseye for the greatest amount of ice. And co-ops work together. So in an event like this, if one co-op needs help, other co-ops in the region are really quick to send help. In this case, every co-op is, even though we're certainly focused on that southwestern corner of the state, co-ops are, rightly so, hesitant to send any of their own crews anywhere else until they know that their own systems are out of risk. And so we're not staging crews ahead of time just in terms of moving crews from one utility to another, because everybody is at risk. But as soon as those storms move past, when we get into early next week, we'll be able to reevaluate, see who needs the most help, and get crews where they need to be.
All right, my man. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, Trent.
Trent Scott right there from the Tennessee Electric Cooperative Association. We appreciate you coming on, and we'll probably talk to you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys. Everyone stay safe.
Yep. Thank you so much.